Hi. Hola.
Hi, hier ist Mr. Döse.
This is Michael Bradley.
Hey, I'm Memphis.
Hey.
Hola. Hello.
I'm here with soccer.com.
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 And I'm talking with my friends soccer.com.
See you soon.
Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com, bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Tiempo Legend 6 in the latest pitch dark pack colorway. Now included with the shoes inside the box, as you get with all the top-end models, there is a black and hyper turquoise Tiempo branded string bag, and of course you get the shoes, which I'm holding right here in my hands. Very, very good looking colorway of the Tiempo Legend 6. And in today's video, we are going to take a closer look at all the specific details on the pitch dark pack colorway. We're going to go over tech specs and performance features of the Legend 6, take a look at how much these shoes weigh, as well as how they fit and feel on feet. So if you are interested in learning more about the pitch dark Nike Tiempo Legend 6, stick around and watch the entire video. If you are interested in a pair of these for yourself, there will be a link in the description to the review page, as well as a little pop-up on screen. So if you want to check that out, on that page you will find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes, where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $230 retail price. So again, if you're interested in a pair, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. And with that being said, let's get right into the review. To start things off, let's take a closer look at the colorway. Now, just like the rest of the pitch dark pack, this shoe is mostly black in color. That includes the leather at the front of the shoe, the tongue on top, the synthetic piece right here, the synthetic around the heel area, as well as the inside of the Nike swoosh. Now this is all black. The inside of the Nike swoosh is actually a reflective material. So depending on the lighting situation, or if you take a picture of them with your flash, it does have kind of a cool reflective effect where it looks like it's kind of lighting up. And then of course you have an accent color of hyper turquoise, which we have seen from Nike before. I would describe it as kind of like a teal color, almost like a minty blue, if that makes any sense. But that outlines the Nike swoosh on either side. You have the Nike branding there on the tongue, the little outline here, the pinstripe, I guess, on the actual heel liner, the ACC branding here on the medial side, and then the Tiempo logo there on the back. And then of course both shoes has a black sole plate, translucent studs. The left shoe has a Nike swoosh in that hyper turquoise, and the right shoe has the Tiempo branding, which is kind of a cool thing that you'll find on pretty much every colorway of the Legend 6. So I think it's a really, really good looking shoe. If you're into blackouts, I think there's a lot to like with this particular colorway. But let me know what you guys think of these down below in the comment section. Do you like how they look? Why or why not? And with that being said, let's move on to the tech specs so we can learn a little bit more about the overall performance. As far as performance is concerned, the Legend 6 is one of the best kangaroo leather soccer shoes out there at the moment. I know a lot of people know that I've publicly said that this is my personal favorite shoe, and with so many new releases as of late, a lot of people have been continuing to ask me whether or not this still is my personal favorite, and the answer to that question is yes, it is. I'm still a huge fan of the Legend 6. It's a shoe that every time I put them on, I'm really, really impressed by the performance. It's extremely comfortable. I love how the shoe fits, and almost every single aspect of this shoe I really, really like. There's not too much to complain about here with the Legend 6. So if you guys want as many details as possible, there will be a little pop-up on screen that'll take you to my playtest video of the Legend 6. If you haven't seen that already, go ahead and check it out. But in this video, we're going to go over all the basic tech specs that you should know if you're interested in a pair of these for yourself. So the upper is made predominantly from a very soft kangaroo leather material, but as you guys can see, there isn't much stitching to the leather, just a little bit of a chevron pattern running through the forefoot. But the leather spans from the front of the Nike swoosh forward, so all the way through the lateral side of the midfoot, forefoot toe box area, and then cuts off here on a diagonal, again around the Nike swoosh. The front two-thirds of the shoe, I guess, are made from kangaroo leather. You have a synthetic tongue with a memory foam insert, and then the back half of the shoe is made from a synthetic material. But the parts that count are made from a good quality leather. The leather itself is not too thin, not too thick. If anything, I would say it is kind of on the thinner side, but it still does provide that nice, soft, kind of cushioned, natural leather touch that you would expect from this style of shoe. But what's unique about this leather upper is the actual liner. So what they've done here, and you can see it very faintly here on the surface, is there's an internal skeleton structure that backs the actual leather itself, which replaces the need for stitching. So instead of stitching that would normally reinforce the leather upper, you have this synthetic support cage that's basically just a synthetic material. It's very, very thin, has this kind of crisscross pattern, then a chevron pattern here in the actual forefoot area that you don't feel when you put the shoes on. You don't feel when you're playing in them, but what it does do is add a lot of structure to what would otherwise be a very soft, somewhat flimsy leather upper. That's kind of the issue when it comes to leather shoes in general, especially when you compare it to something with a synthetic upper. The synthetic upper shoe, the material, while it might not be as soft, it won't have the same feel as leather. It has better lockdown, it has better structural integrity, so when you make those quick cuts and change of direction, you get a more responsive feel in general. You get that with this shoe, but still maintain the feel of soft leather because of this support cage system. It works extremely well, and when you partner that up with the one-piece design that they've implemented here on the Legend 6, where basically the tongue, while it's made from synthetic, it's not a true one-piece shoe. It's attached on both sides, basically for the bottom 4 lace holes, where the top 2, it is left separate. But because it is a one-piece enclosure for the midfoot area of the shoe, you do get, like I said, a very lockdown sensation. The dual lace hole system allows the shoes to stay very, very tight throughout your entire playing session. It doesn't really loosen up on you. And as far as leather shoes go, you maintain the softness and the comfort of a kangaroo leather soccer shoe, but you also get the responsive, tighter, kind of more modern fit of what you would expect from a shoe in 2016. So when it comes to performance, you get the softness and the natural sensation of a classic kangaroo leather shoe, but the responsiveness and the tighter fit in general that you would expect, like I said, from a very modern soccer cleat. So it's kind of the best of both worlds, all jumbled up into one. Laces run through the middle, obviously. The upper is finished off with ACC All Conditions Control acting as your wet control element, but that's something you get on all the top-end models from Nike and not really a make or break feature. The center part, where the tongue technically is made from a synthetic material, but it's a memory foam backing, so it basically has the same thickness as the actual leather, so feels very, very consistent as far as touch across the top of the foot is concerned. You can't even tell really that the tongue isn't made from leather, which is really nice. This does, of course, have a low cut. There is no mid-cut variation of the Legend 6, which I'm personally not sad about. This is just the same cut that we've got from the Tiempo line for a very long time now, and there's no problem or any reason for them to change it, in my opinion. You have an internal plastic heel counter, a heel liner that's made from a smooth synthetic leather. There's some texture back there, but for the most part it is pretty much completely smooth in terms of what you can feel when you're wearing the shoes. The insole is fully removable. Here it is. It features a synthetic suede liner on top. Is made from a single layer of this fairly thick yellow foam, and then you have pour-on foam inserts in the heel. It's this blue piece, also in the forefoot and kind of big toe area. So a good amount of underfoot cushioning from one of the more significant insoles available on pretty much any soccer shoe out of the box. As far as the outsole is concerned, pretty straightforward. It's a TPU plastic material, relatively thin, very, very flexible, but I think that really plays into the whole kind of natural, kind of traditional styling of the Tiempo line in general. So I have no issues with the sole plate and its flexibility at all. I actually really, really like it. It kind of lessens the break-in time or period of getting used to the shoe, if that makes any sense. And then you get the Tiempo stud pattern, this being the firm ground variation, where you have bladed studs in the heel, conical studs, 8 in total in the forefoot area on the outside edges, 1 bladed stud at the tip of the toe, and then 2 bladed support studs in the middle. So not too far off from what you get from the Magista line, except for the bladed studs in the heel. And as far as performance is concerned, while it is a more traditional design in terms of looks, it actually does work quite well in terms of overall grip. And because the studs are conical in shape, you do have that freedom to twist and pivot when your foot is planted. Again, one of my personal favorite stud patterns to use as far as firm ground stud patterns go. It's just a good all-around performer, very stable, provides good traction, has that freedom of maneuverability, and again, there's really not too much to complain about with this particular shoe. So if you're on the market for something with a natural kangaroo leather upper, the Legend 6, in my opinion at least, should definitely be near the top of your list. In terms of weight, the Legend 6 isn't exceptionally light, but that's not really the point of the shoe in the first place. So I'm going to weigh this pair for you today in real time using this scale. Keep in mind that this is a brand new pair in a size 9.5 US. We're going to throw them on the scale, and you can see that they weigh in at 8.65 ounces, the equivalent of 245 grams. So right at the 8.6 ounce mark or so, just under 9 ounces, just above 8 ounces. and on par with honestly most high-end soccer shoes. Obviously, if you're comparing it to something like a Superfly or a Mercurial Vapor from Nike, those are going to be a lot lighter. But again, that's a completely different style of shoe. If you're looking for something with a soft leather upper that offers more of a padded feel, and I guess just a more solid sensation to the shoe in general, the Legend 6 is going to offer that, and in my opinion does not feel heavy by any means. It's still in the 8-ounce range, it just isn't mind-blowingly light, if that makes any sense. So again, if you want a shoe that is super light, maybe these aren't for you. But if you're fine with a shoe that falls into the 8-ounce range, which like I said is not heavy, you're unlikely to have any issues with the weight of the Legend 6. Alright guys, so here is a look at the Legend 6s on feet. On my left foot I have the stock black laces that come with the shoes, and on my right foot I have a pair of wide reflective turquoise SR4U replacement laces. If you're interested in a pair of replacement laces for yourself, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. You find a direct link to that website down below in the description, and there will also be a pop-up on screen. So if you're interested in a pair, be sure to go ahead and check it out. Now, in terms of how these things fit and feel on feet, the Legend 6 is a very comfortable shoe out of the box, and it gets more comfortable as you wear them in, which is kind of what you expect from a natural leather soccer shoe. The leather out of the box is soft, it's flexible, it fits really nicely. Because of the one-piece upper and just the way that the leather is kind of supported with that internal skeleton support frame, the shoe does have more of a tight fit than you would expect from the average leather soccer shoe. So if you don't necessarily want a super tight fit, not to say that these are super tight, but they do have a tighter fit in general in comparison to something like a Copa. Just kind of have that in mind if you are picking these up online. You don't have the opportunity to try them on beforehand. It does have more of a snug fit than the average leather shoe, but that is by no means a bad thing. And of course, as you start to wear them in, the leather softens up, it stretches, it forms to the exact shape of your foot. And again, you get that true leather experience while still maintaining a snug kind of responsive sensation on your foot, because the shoe is well reinforced with that support cage. As far as the overall fit of the shoe is concerned, like I mentioned, it does have a tighter fit. This is mainly due to the one-piece construction. It still is going to be suitable for most foot types. If you have really wide feet, maybe you want to look elsewhere, but I think for most people, these should fit you without any issues at all. And as far as sizing is concerned, I'm wearing a half size up than what I would normally wear. That's because the Tiempo line runs a half size small, so instead of wearing my usual size 9 US, I bumped it up to a 9.5, and the fit and the length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going a half size up in order to achieve the best possible fit. Alright guys, that is it for my review of the Pitch Dark Nike Tiempo Legend 6. Again, if you're interested in a pair, check out the review page on my website. That's the first link down below in the description. And on that page, you will find Buy It Now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $210 retail price. So if you're interested in a pair, first link down below, go ahead and check it out. If you have any questions at all regarding this shoe, leave them down below in the comments and I definitely will get an answer out to you. If you enjoyed today's video, found it helpful and informative, be sure to support it with a like. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all my social media information linked in the description as well. And other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. And as always, thanks for watching.